Hey everybody, in the Friday afternoon news dump, the NFL decided to reinstate Josh Gordon, and it's time to figure out what that means for fantasy football. That means, of course, to some degree, trying to measure something that's immeasurable, the risk of a relapse and another suspension, because Mr. Gordon has had a big-time problem with the weed. But there's something we can do on this channel to help clarify how we should measure Gordon's fantasy value in 2019. And of course, that's look at some of his film. So let's do that. I want to show you the very first completion of Josh Gordon's Patriots career, Week 4 against the Dolphins. Now, for context, remember that after playing Week 1, Gordon didn't show up to Browns practice on time. The team announced they were cutting him, and then right after that, the Patriots traded a 5th-round pick for him. Well, he sat a couple of games, and then by Week 4, he was back, and this was his other catch in that Miami game. Just getting his feet wet, and believe me, I'm showing you these unexciting plays for a reason, not because they are spectacular achievements in the field of catching or route running, because they have something in common. Here's the next week against the Colts. Again, he's brand new to the team, the quarterback, the playbook. He played 15 snaps in Week 4. He played 18 snaps in Week 5. And what's he out there doing? Well, this is prototypical big receiver stuff. A big guy who can run a little bit. Okay, well then run to the post. And this play, Gordon's actually eventually going to score a touchdown at the end of a scramble drill, but once again, guess what route it is? The same one as the first 4 plays I'm showing you. Tom Brady, smart enough to know what he doesn't know. If we get zone and big Josh Gordon runs a post, well, I'll throw it, but if it's tight man, like it is on this play, I ain't throwing it. But the Indianapolis pass rush doesn't get home. Brady has time to point Gordon deep, scramble drill, and honestly, maybe you don't want to throw this one, Tom. Number 41 there, Matthias Farley, kind of doubling Josh Gordon, but here's where Gordon's size and, yes, ball skills come into play. Somehow he makes it work for a long touchdown. It actually winds up being the 500th of Brady's career. So we'll come back in a moment, and we'll look at how Josh Gordon's role evolved. Quick break to thank BetDSI for sponsoring this emergency Josh Gordon show. We wouldn't be able to do it without him, and we hope when you're looking for an online sportsbook, you'll consider BetDSI. I've had an account there for 4+ years. It works great. It's a perfect time to start. Get in those NFL futures bets while you still can. How about regular season win totals? We're reviewing a New England Patriot right now, and their over-under total on BetDSI is 11.5. That's really high, highest in the league, but of course, before last year, they'd had 8 straight years of 12 wins or more. I think I still might go over, but what do you think? Click on over to betdsi.com and use one of our 2 promo codes. If you're a frequent and experienced bettor, use Harris100 and they'll match 100% of your deposit. If you're looking to make a couple or few plays and cash out, use Harris5. They'll match 5% with no extra volume requirements to cash out. Either way, we hope you'll give them a look. It's fun. betdsi.com. Okay, we're back at a look at Josh Gordon's abbreviated 2018 season. For context, is he still the man who dominated fantasy way back when? Okay, what I like about this with the Chiefs is Gordon is split wide left, isolated in pretty obvious man coverage, with what will turn out to be 2 safeties really far back, and the fact that, Gordon kind of runs that lazy post again, but the fact that Brady sees the defensive alignment and immediately knows that with this look, he wants to throw the ball to Gordon and trusts him. That trust is good right away. Kind of trusts him to get his body in front of the defender to shield the throw. I do think it's the beginning of some trust with the quarterback. Same drive. Gordon again, split wide left. It's 5 wide, so there's a slot guy left too, but a single safety high against press man. Again, this is almost certainly one-on-one man coverage. Something, to be honest, defenses would not try against Gordon in 2013, and this winds up an incompletion, but now it's not a post, it's a go route, and we'll talk about the fact that Gordon doesn't win here, but again, the fact that Brady sees the alignment, and he's like a kid with a new toy. Gotta try it out. I like that. Same drive again. Last time, I'm going to hammer home this point. Same alignment for Gordon. Same message delivered by the Chiefs. One-on-one. Prove it to us, dude. This is 4th and 3, and it's incomplete. It's sort of an indifferent comeback route. I show all these plays within 3 minutes of game time of each other just to emphasize the Patriots didn't shy away from using Gordon when a defense dared them to. Next week, pretty good Bears defense, Gordon wide right. This is how defenses treat Josh Gordon now. You're just another guy, dude. We are not afraid of the Flash Gordon of the past. And the pattern building here is we're really not seeing Gordon streaking by people. This is just sort of a go route and a back shoulder kind of throw that honestly never gets to the back shoulder. It's not a great route, but the size. Kids, look at him go up, get his helmet knocked off. Before our very eyes, it's almost like Josh Gordon has morphed into Alshon Jeffrey. And then the first long play of his Patriots career lined up wide left. Here at the snap, you see Prince Amukamara, the corner across from Gordon, who isn't great. He gives Gordon a huge cushion. He thinks he's in 2013. Gordon runs the sort of lazy, curled off deep in. It's not a really great route, right? But watch him after the catch. What we're seeing here isn't really speed. Well, it's running over a safety and then lumbering into the secondary. Doesn't score. But it's just I love it. It's a different kind of Josh Gordon than we've seen from years prior. Okay, let's just sort of do an anatomy of a play on this one. So pre-snap, Gordon is ISO wide left with Tre'Davious White covering him. White is quite a good player. So just as New England snaps it, the safeties look like they're in too deep. You'll see that left safety look like he's cheating. Aha! It's going to be single safety high, Brady, and it'll be number 21, Jordan Poyer, who stays and plays deep. But no, this is a designer defense. Right after the snap, it's the original safety, Micah Hyde, who races back and plays the single safety high. It's Poyer who dives into the box to see what's what in the middle. But Tom Brady is amazing. He immediately knows what's happened. He immediately knows the receiver on Poyer's side is his guy. He throws it perfectly. Let's be clear, on this one, Gordon actually does beat White. He's there, he's got it. Bomb completion, except he drops it. We level if you catch it, and we didn't see Gordon get deep very often last season. He did here, but he dropped it. Believe me, the point of this video is not to trash Josh Gordon. This is a much better square in that's deep, and Brady makes a tight window throw, and Gordon makes a tough, tight window catch. He's a little bit of a long strider now, a little bit of a loper, but this clearly plays. This is from his best game against Green Bay. He's wide left now. Now I feel like we're getting more in sync. First, watch at the snap. Don't bump me. Get your hands off me, which gives him a step. The long strides, that same back shoulder fade, but just much more in sync. An easier throw and catch because they knew where each other was going to be and throw. You get the sense Brady is starting to understand this big dude and what he's capable of. Here he's wide left. Once again, do not bump me. This winds up being an incomplete pass because Gordon can't quite stay in bounds, but back shoulder, use Gordon's size. That's really nice ability in midair to turn himself and almost make a spectacular catch. And here was his long touchdown. You look at the box score and you say, oh yeah, Josh Gordon, 55-yard touchdown. The Flash is back, baby. And then you actually watch the play, and that is not very good defense or tackling from the Packers. I think you could say a lot of things here. I don't think you would say that Gordon beat anybody with speed. And eventually Gordon is making plays down the field, but they're mostly of this variety. Here he's out of the slot, which was a rarity. He ran 11% of his routes from the slot with New England. And again, would we say this is him running by dudes? I think it's meant to be the Titans trading off coverage and the linebacker realizing it too late. And that's a laser throw. My point isn't that Gordon's bad, not at all. That's good chemistry. That's a laser throw. It's a good catch. I think looking at all these plays, it's very obvious he's good. He's just a different kind of good than he once was. And then I'll just show you this one. It's actually a rare outbreaking route for Gordon. Like you can see, his cuts are largely, we saw some good cuts earlier, but largely slow, largely rounded off, largely multiple feet strides needed to bring himself around. He just struggles to change direction at the stem of his route, but it's a very good catch, plucking it off the turf. And for sure, it works, and it shows more chemistry with Brady. See, this has sounded a little like me criticizing Josh Gordon as a fantasy weapon, and in fact, I do not mean to. Upon news of his reinstatement, I'm ranking him as a 5th round pick, standard and PPR, because Tom Brady is his quarterback and he himself has all kinds of potential for the kind of glory that we've just seen. Let's call it big-bodied glory. My point here has been to say, I think the days of watching Josh Gordon score 90-yard touchdowns are over. And maybe you'll argue, oh, well, that's because it's Brady. Brady doesn't have the arm anymore. Except, I don't know, just looking at these plays, I think it's hard to assert that Gordon even looks all that alarmingly fast. To me, he looks like a possession receiver on the outside, running almost exclusively in-breaking routes, presenting huge, safe targets, especially against zone. That can absolutely add up to an Alshon-like season. And in fact, I have Gordon a step ahead of Alshon Jeffrey right now because I think he might be a little bit better. He's very good. He's just not going to be the 1,600-yard dude that we once knew. And of course, he absolutely brings risk of a relapse. I don't really know how to quantify that exactly. If you're highly risk-averse for your fantasy team, just don't take him. But 5th, 6th, 7th round pick, depending, I don't know what his ADP is going to wind up being. To me, it feels like a risk worth taking that you get the 1,100-yard, 9-touchdown season. I don't lower Edelman. I don't raise Brady because you've already seen on the channel I have him like QB7. But I do now value Josh Gordon as a low-level wide receiver too. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.